Hello guys, this is Manohar Shesham. Today I am going to show you how you can create and or design a RESTful API using API gateway and lambda functions in mobile applications, and I will also show you how you can securely configure API gateway to allow only authorized access to users in AWS services. But before going to create this, I want you to know about API gateway and RESTful API. The main agenda of this today's topic is to learn this process to create a API gateway or RESTful API. The we will create a RESTful API for get method and post method, and we will be able to knowing how to configure API gateway and also create a lambda function to handle the get method and post method. And later we integrate the API gateway and lambda function to deploy. After deploying, then we are integrating. We will go to the testing API through the Postman application or browser application to know how the data is transferred. So without any lag, we will be start creating a API gateway. So this is the AWS console. Go to the search bar and search API gateway. Here we can select the API gateway, and here we can see the API gateway console. In the right corner we can see create API. Click on create API. In that we have to choose an API type. In that, for many types of APIs are there. Let's say HTTP API, WebSocket API, REST API, and REST API private. So we can select here REST API. So I can click here build. In that we can see API details as a new API, import API, select new API, and give API name as, let's say, YouTube demo 1. In this description, it is optional. We have to give like anything, say CIS project demo, and API endpoint type is region. So, and we have to create API. Yeah, we can see that it's the REST API is successfully created. And the next process is to create a resource. We have to create, we click on the create resources. To create resources, we have to give resource details like resource path and resource name. I'm giving the resource name as like customer one, and I'm creating a resource, and I'm creating another resource, say order one. I'm creating another resource, and here we have to create a method for each resource. So here we see a method to create. So here click my method, select a method type. In that, click on that method type. In that we can see many methods like delete, get, head, options, patch, post, and put. In these methods we are mostly using this get, post, and delete methods. I'm selecting the get method, and I'm integration type. I'm giving lambda function. Here, after selecting integration type, we are enabling the lambda proxy integration, and that we are giving lambda function AP south one. Here we have to choose a lambda function or enter its arm, but in this we didn't give any lambda function, or we didn't create any lambda function. So for that we have to create the lambda function. So go to the search bar and search for the lambda. Here we can see a lambda. Okay, 1 minute. Here we can select get. I'm in the search bar and lambda. I'm creating here. I have to create a new function. So I have to create a function. In this, we have to choose a function from. I am selecting order from scratch. and my function name is, let's say, API 1 YouTube, and then I'm giving this Python 3.8. For the first time we are creating a function, we have to default set as a create a new role with basic lambda expressions, and we have to create a function. Okay, let's take your time. Yeah, the lambda function is created. So here we see we will go to a code. The code is in Python. So we have to test. For testing, we have to create a new event. Let's say my event name is test event 1, and the template optional is hello world, and I am saving it, and then test the code. We can see a configuration as it's showing status as succeed, and the test event name as unsafe test event, but the response is status code of 200, and here we giving the body as JSON hello world from lambda. It's showing the body as hello from lambda. Yeah, and we will go to API gateway. We can choose a lambda function name as API1 YouTube demo, and we can create a create method. For order, we can create a method like post. I'm giving a post, and integration type is lambda function, and I'm enable the lambda proxy integration. So basically, I'm choosing a lambda function before customer method, API YouTube method, and I'm creating a method. In a To deploy API, we have to create deploy API. The stage is new stage. The stage name is let's say test stage, and deploy. Yeah, here you can see invoke URL. It is the main URL. You can transfer data, and you can see what you are getting and what you are able to see in the Postman or browser application. So next we copy this URL and open Postman. Yeah, Postman is opening. This is the main console of Postman. Here we can see params, authorization, headers, body, scripts, test, and settings. Here we can see the methods get, post, put as methods we are creating in the resources in the API gateway. So I'm copying the invoke URL here and selecting the body, and here I'm selecting the method as get, and I'm clicking send. Here we can get the message where what we have to access from the RESTful API. So this is the get method invoke URL. This invoke URL is the URL we have to access the transfer data, and we have to deploy that, and we have to create a stage for post also. In post, we have to deploy API and create a stage new stage, deploy it. Okay, I can't give any name for it. Okay, I will give name new stage. stage name. Okay, okay, test stage, deploy. Okay, in post method also it shows in the invoke URL. It is a invoke URL for a post method. I'm copying this and I'm uploading in the, and I'm selecting the method as post and send. Here, these are the keys, values, and description. In the code, we are giving the status code and body, but here in the postman, we can give any keys and any values for the description. We want to access the API gateway. So this is about the how to create a API gateway for RESTful API in and using Lambda function. Thank you.